Hello, this is Johnny. I just got a new package just came in, and it's the the fighting stick. I ordered 4 of them, and we're gonna open up and look at it. And at the same time, I want to talk about the Street Fighter. It turned out it is like a half inch down here, and so the overall screen size it is 3.4 instead of 3.5 like they advertise. So based on their homepage, their videos still show that the screen is all the way down to where this thing is at, where instead of right here in the middle, it's actually toward the bottom, so that's gray line on the bottom. And also the screen diagonally is only 3.4 instead of 3.5 like they advertise. So I don't know how they're gonna make that up for the customer, because that's what the customer saw when they purchased this. They didn't purchase it, after the finished product. They purchased it based on the advertise, and based on the advertise, the screen is bigger. But other than that, everything is good. I mean, overall, everything is good. You play well. The arcade look, very nice. Like I said, it looked better than arcade 1-up, even though it's scaled down to 1/6 scale. But I like the way they put the joystick in the back, so it light up very nicely and pretty with 3 different colors. That's a nice touch to it. I like the idea they kept the original look as close as possible, but at the same time they added the extra stuff. It would be cool if they could put the speaker in the front. The sound would be much louder and more of a true arcade feel, with the speaker in the front instead in the back. But overall, I think it's the best one that they have made on the cabinet, based on the way the way it's cut. It's easier to play with it. And I'm very impressed that even though the joystick, everything is very small, you still could play it very well. Okay, I have 4 boxes. 1, 2, okay, 3, 4. So they all come in a separate box. Pretty cool. So 2 of them I'm going to use for this machine right here, because I already have 1 came in with it, and I'm going to try if I could play 2 of them at the same time without it would be cool if I could put this on the TV, then I could play it from the TV. I think they're gonna do that with the Dragon layer. This is the box, how it looked if you was to buy this. It's like $14 something, $14.99. It's not that bad, the price, but the shipping is what eats you up. After the shipping, I think it's like 20 some dollar. I'm not sure. I mean, I purchased the whole thing roughly like close to $60. So if you was to 20, 40, 50, 60, so about $20 each per joystick. The only bad thing about this joystick is that it did not have the select button. They only have a start button, and it's configured a little bit. This is what it looked like when you get it. So it comes with its own USB, and this is it's kind of neat. Look like the real thing, big one. And there's the joystick, and there's the bag. So they put it very nicely the way they package it. So that's pretty cool, and it looks like this. And also I forgot to measure how long the joystick. The joystick is almost the same height as, I think it is the same joystick height as the Neo Geo Mini. And let's measure this, okay? So those of you who doesn't have a Neo Geo Mini will at least know how big this thing is. But let's go ahead and measure this. And I went and charged my Raspberry Pi that I modded on the Retro Arcade RS07. I modded that with Raspberry Pi. So we are going to plug this into Raspberry Pi and see how it works. Alright, so this thing measures about 3.2 and a half. Okay, so let's lay it down. So right there, almost 3.3, but 3.2 and a half. Alright, and then the height is 1.1. See right there, 1.1. Okay, so we measure the thickness, the length, and I guess this side over here, well, from, yeah, pretty much this side. So it's about 1.5, and this is 1.1. So 1.5 across from here to here. Yeah, 1.5. Without the button is 1.5. The button, oh my goodness, button, how I'm gonna measure the button. The button is about 1.1. Almost 1.5. You could say 1.5 inches. See, based on if I put it on the line, it's about almost 2 inches, but not quite. I mean, if you measure the whole red thing, like from this corner to this corner of the red, it is 2, but here the button is about 1.5, and the stick is about 3 inches. Okay, the height, okay, sorry, I don't know if I record that when it's about 3 inches. From there to there is 3 inches. So 1, 2, 3 inches. Okay, and then the height of the joystick is about less than 1 inches, 0.9 inches tall. This is 1 inch, is 9. Almost 1.9 height. Okay, so this kind of gives you some idea what is the measurement. Okay, let me measure the cable that come with it. So in case you guys say, Johnny, the cable that you measure, is that the power cable or the joystick cable? So since we open up a new box, we just go ahead and measure it, so that way there's no confused on what I measure, because the cable is exactly the, let me straighten out the cable a little bit so it measure better. So from where you plug it in, it's hard to measure when the cable is not very straight. So you have to pull it and measure at the same time. So start from here is 80, 85, 80. I mean 38.5678. So 38.8. Almost 0.9. Almost 39. Almost 39. Okay, so well, you said 0.9, I guess. Yeah. So 38.9. 38.9 inches long. Alright, let's go ahead and plug this in. Plug this cool joystick in there. See, the joystick actually click. They all click. They got a micro switch in it. So it's pretty cool. And let's go ahead and plug it to player 1. And let's go open the second one. Make sure they all work. Let's see if all the joysticks work. We opened it up, the same thing. Take the cable out. Alright, so I'm just going to open 2 for now. And then we could, I guess we could look at one of them, open it up and see what's inside that make it, you know, clicking, you know, a micro switch. So in case if it's something go wrong, we know how to fix it. Okay, there's nothing to show you cannot do not open, so I guess you can open it. They have no way of knowing if you open it or not because there's nothing, a sticker to tell you not to open it. Okay, like they do over here. See, they put a sticker say do not open it, because if you open it, they're like, okay, you broke the warranty, but eventually they're gonna come up with a fix, because somebody was able to well, not really hack it, but accidentally was able to. New Wave Toys, this is seal, we didn't say not to open it, sorry about that. Alright, so there's the cable. We're gonna plug the cable to the second player, and let's see if it automatically recognizes first and second player without me going to the menu. Okay, so we're gonna turn this around, and then we're gonna plug this in and zoom it back out. Alright, so the screen look very nice in every angle, so you don't have to worry about like, oh, you know, is it a TFT screen or is it an IPS? It look like it is an IPS screen because the screen graphic look very nice. Alright, so let's go ahead, and since there's no insert coin on this button, we cannot press insert from here, so we still have to reach over and press the insert button. Okay, so we're gonna press 1, 2 credit, 3 credit, 4 credit. Then we're gonna press the player number 1, which is player number, no, this is actually player number 2. Yeah, that's what I said. So player number 2 is plugged into the top one. So player number 2 is on the top. Player number 1, I guess, is at the bottom. It's not labeled 1 or 2, but this one is plugged into the top. So this one is plugged into the top. So this is player number 2. See, as you can see, I'm on this side. See, okay. And this is plugged into the bottom. So this is player number 1. See, I didn't pick it. The automatic pick it for me. So let's see all the buttons work. First button, second button, kick, medium punch, medium kick, strong punch, strong kick. Okay, and let's try it on this one. This one would be punch, light punch. Light punch and light kick is the same. You see that? It's the same. Okay, medium. I guess this character, he punched the same way. It doesn't matter what you do, but it works. It sounds a little bit different. There's a strong punch, strong kick. So how do we get back to the main menu? So if I wanted to get out of the game, that's how I get out of the game. Okay, I press the coin button 2 to get out of the game. It doesn't, apparently I can't get out of the game just by getting out of the game. Okay, we are going to press. Scroll up and down, game selection. Okay, press action. All right, let's go to the turbo. Let's see if it works on this in the other one. And this is the virtual arcade that I modified to a Raspberry Pi, which is look pretty cool. So you cannot press start the game without first press the insert coin. So it doesn't work if you just press anything here. So you have to press the insert coin at the bottom to, let me zoom back up, to able to start the game. Okay, then you could press I guess either any, it doesn't matter, you press the, okay, this is the 2-player, so I'm gonna press the 1-player, see if 2-player will automatically come in. So this is 1-player, so you can tell the 2nd player did not come in. So I'm gonna press the 2nd player, and now 2nd player come in, and then I can choose a character. Okay, so I'm gonna press the any action button to pick the character. So this is the player 1 is plugged into the top. Okay, look, see, this is player number 2. Sorry, this is player number 2, and let's go back to the back and see where it's plugged into. Okay, I'm holding the cable, and it's plugged into it's plugged into this one. See that? It's plugged into the top. So this is player number 2 is on top. So it'd be nice if they tell you if the top one is player number 2. Okay. Let's try the light punch. Light kick. Medium kick. Strong punch and strong kick. Okay. So that worked on that game. Game is over. Alright, so let's go ahead and unplug this, and let me try to plug it into player number 1 in this system. Okay, we need some wiser. Like K1 up, the wiser. Okay, we need the wiser, so it will be the same height. Okay, not close, but almost. And as you can see, the thickness of the joystick for this system is the same thickness. See, it's pretty much the same thickness, but the height of the joystick, let's compare it, a little bit lower compared to the RS7. But if you compare with Neo Geo, it's the same height. So the height wise is pretty much the same. Okay, so if you was to play this, you will not feel like the joystick is small. I mean, it's the same height. If you put it on the table, it will be the same height as you play this machine right here. So there's no differences. It's just the joystick is also, it's not that thick, and the height is about the same. So actually, you won't have any problem playing the game with. I didn't unplug it. The first player. Okay. So you're not gonna feel any different between playing it with this joystick compared to that joystick. Okay. So I'm gonna plug in to player number 1, and then player number 2, and I guess I have to press something to make it to realize that I put in something new. Is it a select button or is it a... Okay. Alright, configure the input. So let's zoom that in closer so you can see what I'm doing. So as you see, this screen is very nice. It's tilted a little bit, not a whole lot, the screen wise. If you look at it, it's tilted a little bit, like almost the same as like arcade 1-up, the tilt. It's not tilt very low, flat down like the arcade, you know, on the true arcade. All right, so we're gonna configure the button. Press A. All right, so he said press any button to. Yes, I want to configure it. All right, press any button. I don't know which one is which. This one is plugged into the top. Okay. Hold a button. All right, so it's gonna go up, down, left, right. Okay, start. Now here's the problem. There's no select button. Okay, so I'm gonna try to use this button right here. Doesn't work. That's the problem. It do not have a select button. So now move it over here. Okay, it do not have a select button. So I don't know how we're gonna use the select button. So that's one bad thing is, so we might have to open this and find out if we could put another button here for a select button, because without a select button you cannot really use this as a true arcade. So I'm gonna go ahead and use one of the buttons down here as a select. Yeah, let's use the bottom one. Okay, now I want you to press A button, and normally this right here, the A button, I believe is on the, I don't remember. All right, let's just press A button for the B, the A button here. B button will be on this side, and then the X button will be in the middle, and the Y button over here. Okay, we don't have any shoulder, left shoulder, right shoulder. So let's do the left shoulder here, and then we don't have no more button left. So we just keep on hold the button until it finish. I guess the hotkey we just going to use the. It said it recommend you use the select button. Is it a select button or start button? I don't remember. We just use the middle button for hotkey. See what happened. All right, so press the A button to finish. Oop. All right, so now the joystick is working, so you can move up and down with it. So let's configure another button. So we're gonna press the, oop, just got out. Press the select button again. I press the select button here. I'm not sure this is, or maybe I need to press the start button. Yeah, select button doesn't do start button. Okay, start button that you could do the configuration again, and we're gonna configure the second stick. So we're gonna press the A. The A button here is the, yeah. Do I want to? Yes. Okay. So now we come over here, and this is the first one. This is the second one. We're gonna configure this one now. So we're gonna hold any button. Okay, and now we're gonna do up, down, left, right. Start button, and then down here will be the select button, then A in the middle, B, X, Y, shoulder button. Then we're just gonna hold it Keep on holding it. So skip all those. And then we use this button. We're gonna use this button, same button as well, and press A for OK. All right, so we're done. So we're just gonna press okay. All right, so we have two joysticks that is working. So let's see, we could move up and we can move. So both joysticks will able to control the screen. Okay. All right. So as you can see, we could actually let's go into the game. Oh, I didn't even press anything. It just automatically went in to the game. Oh, the machine rebooted. That's interesting. The machine just rebooted. Now, I do have some problem with this image. That's the reason I was telling somebody that I got a lot of Raspberry Pi. A lot of people say, hey, let's change it to Raspberry Pi. But the problem is Raspberry Pi are made for home counseling joystick, meaning that they made for gamepad, like Xbox or PSP. They're not really made for arcade stick. So a lot of option, like the other option on the button is missing. You need to have at least 10 to 12 buttons to make all the game work, like Nintendo DS or Nintendo 6. And you need two joysticks, okay? And the arcade does not have two joysticks. I tried to convince one of the guy called the RJR that he put another joystick so that we could play Nintendo 64, because the games sometimes use D-pad and sometimes use joystick. But with this kind of an arcade, it doesn't work. So a lot of people say, hey, let's just throw in Raspberry Pi and then let's put everything on it. But they don't realize that when you do that, you don't have enough button to play all the game. That's the biggest problem of all. Okay, the joystick settings should be already saved. All right, let's press A. I don't know, is it because something went wrong with it? I don't know. But let's try some shooting game. See, system rebooted. I don't know, is it the glitch on this joystick, or is it the system have issue with it? I don't know. But there's a guy who did test it, and he said that Raspberry Pi, this thing worked okay with Raspberry Pi. Only thing is, doesn't have a select button. So that's the problem with it. All right, so that's the demo of Raspberry Pi. It does work. It's just that I have some problem. I guess maybe I plugged two of them and it's taking up too much power. And this battery is not powerful enough. Let me zoom out. This battery that came with this system is not powerful enough for so many devices plug in. And whenever you plug in a lot of device, the system eat up the resource of the system, so the system cannot start the game, so it's rebooting. So that's why it won't. If you plug one player, maybe it will work, but two player, this is the problem you run into. Okay, all right. So if you're gonna upgrade this to Raspberry Pi, I recommend to upgrade the battery or have a direct connection, because the system does not have the battery itself in this system is not powerful enough to have a lot of stuff connect to it, and so the system will tend to reboot by itself. That's my opinion about this upgrade. And this image right now have issue. Wow, I didn't touch anything, any rebooting. All right, enough of that. That's a different topic. Okay, let's open one of this up. Since I already test one of this, it does work. So let's open it up and see if we could do anything with it, with modding it. Okay. So we are going to, well, let's do this on another video. This is just demonstrating measuring it and unboxing the. So stay tuned because this is only 30 minutes and I don't want you to sit there for another hour just for you to see me open this. But pretty much I'm going to peel this off and use a tiny Phillips screwdriver and pretty much open this like so. So I will do a second video after I open this so you don't have to sit there watch me open this. And then it will be pre-open already and the screw taken out, and then we are going to check inside. All right, stay tuned for the second video about tearing it apart. All right, talk to you later. Bye.